Welcome to Fishy Hour. This is Halloween edition. Before we start, hit that like button. All right, thanks, guys. Let's get Brian in here for. What up, Brian?
Who's this Brian you speak of? What's up, Roman?
What's up? Happy
Halloween! Heck yeah! Here we are.
Wow, that was hot. That was hot in there.
Yeah. Your mask is off already?
Yeah, dude, I couldn't handle
That
it.
didn't take long.
All right, guys,
What's up, guys? Guess what? Halloween special.
We figured we're all gonna be stuck at home, no trick or treating today, so we put together. Brian had a great idea once again to put a really good Halloween edition for you guys. So let's get this show going.
This is our first holiday special.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Holiday special. Cool. Okay. So I'm all taking off the gloves and everything. It's so hot.
Oh man, look at me. I'm gonna troop it. I don't know if I'll go the whole show in this, but man, I'm gonna stay in for a long time. I love this outfit. So.
Nice. It looks warm. It looks warm. It's very warm.
Yeah, it's warm.
All right, cool. So let's get started, guys. What do you guys think about the intro? Did you guys notice anything about that little mountain? About the little haunted house?
I love that. I noticed it. I'm looking at it right now. I can see it.
Roy said he can't watch anymore because he can't breathe. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Yep.
That was loud.
Old guys can still dress up, right?
All right, give me a second. I can't hear anything because I need to plug these headphones in. That's why.
Man, that mask came off so quick. I thought you were gonna try to do the mask for 10 minutes. What happened, man?
Yeah, that's too much. It's too much. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't hang.
Yeah.
Very cool. I'll put the hood back on though. Make it more sinister.
Yeah, you're a Sith Lord, man. Act like it. Oh wait, is Kylo learned a Sith Lord yet?
No, he does not. He's not that good. He's not that
just
cool.
Like a
apprentice.
Just like a apprentice, yeah. But Gandalf, that's who I am. I'm not Dumbledore. Don't dare call me Dumbledore.
Gandalf is a full-fledged wizard already. He's not a
700 years old, man.
That's right.
It's from my favorite movie. I've already told you guys, Lord of the Rings. Gandalf is the man. I think Gandalf is one of the coolest characters ever.
Very cool. Yeah, I really like Kylo Ren. I like the storyline all the way to the very end when he turns back to be the good guy. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. He only had to get murdered. He only had to get killed.
I know, dude. You're not really a Star Wars fan, I guess. It's been out for like 3 years.
I know. So funny. Okay, let's see. Shoutouts, or what are we doing first on the agenda?
Let's do our shoutouts, man. Who's in there?
Let's see. We have Coach Worf in the house was first one in. What up, Coach? What's up, Eric? Yeah, Eric, when we first started the show, Brian was losing the pop tops miserably, but he got a new mic and he started doing the best. And now he went from like getting 1s and 2s to 11s and 12s. See? There you go.
I was getting negatives.
People you were getting negatives. That's right.
Yeah, it was very sad in the beginning.
It was sad. So yeah, it started a whole mic race, like an arms race, but a mic race. Okay, let's see. I see Mutu in the house. What up, Mutu? Hyder. Zach. I see Salty, Leonard. Roy down in SD. I see Todd. What up, Todd? Eric. What up, Eric? Who else?
What's up, Jesse? Did you get my the goodie bag I sent you in the mail?
There you go. What up, Jesse? Cool. All right. Cool, guys. Let's it feels like this mic is a little bit muted. Oh, I know why, because I turned down there we go. I turned on my headphones a little bit and I could tell the difference right away. Okay. Cool.
Sounds good. I hear you perfectly. All right, guys. So guess what? Halloween special. So this is going to be one of our. We don't call it potpourri anymore. I'm sorry. That's the last time I'll ever say
Last
that.
time you
This
ever
is
say
a
that.
variety show tonight, right? It's
That's
not
right.
just fishing. Oh
right.
man, they're changing everything.
Oh, never mind. Okay, put it back. Put it back.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay, good.
that's perfect for the Halloween. It looks cool because you've got like a light shining up and you look sinister.
I just look sinister anyway.
It's evil Roman
Evil.
tonight.
Since we're keeping this, I'm gonna mess with the light a little bit. Cool. So
So guys, it's Halloween, and we thought it'd be cool to maybe share some Halloween stories of the past or present. Not much going on in the present right now. COVID, stupid COVID, ruining Halloween for us. But so Halloween stories. So let's start out with favorite costume. So my favorite costume as an adult, Gandalf, man. So I've actually worn this to Comic Con 2 years in a row.
so
I've
good.
never got tickets to Comic Con,
But you walk
but
around it. Shoot.
I get down there in the trolley, I get out, and those days seem so far behind
That's
us. I
so
don't
funny.
know. The place is packed,
Do
and I
people
loved walking around and seeing all the people down there at Comic Con. So
would
that
people
was
stop you
awesome.
to take pictures?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's so
And
fun.
guess what line everybody wants to hear? You shall not pass.
Oh,
That's all everybody wants to hear.
you just stand in
I
the
swear I
corner.
must have heard that like 1,000
That's
times that day,
hilarious.
walking around.
That's
But
hilarious.
this is my favorite as an adult. And going back to when I was a kid, really young, the movie E.T. came out. You've probably seen E.T.
Yeah.
And it was like it was huge craze. I don't know if that was like 86 or 85, somewhere around there, but I was pretty young then. And my mom like handmade this whole ET outfit, like bought
Ooh.
a pattern and
Wow.
sewed it. I mean, I seriously think she spent like days making this thing.
Jeez.
And so for the next like 2 or 3 Halloweens, guess what I was going to be wearing? The ET costume, homemade. But it looked pretty cool. But looking back, that's really one of the only like costumes as a kid I really like remember like vividly was
Right.
my ET costume because I was forced to wear it like 3 years in a row, even though I kind of liked it. But I think it might have been more
That's
for
so
my
funny.
mom.
That's so funny. Oh man.
What about you? What's your adult costume if you have one, which
Yeah.
you do? And
So I said so. My wife has always asked if I wanted to go to Comic Con, and I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna feel weird about it. I don't know. And then like, so finally we're like, hey, you know what? Yeah, let's go to Comic Con, and if you want, we can dress up. I'm gonna get this helmet, and I'm gonna dress up like Kylo Ren. And we were back when Disneyland was still open. Uh, we took the family, and I was like, ooh, let's get this. I got this Sith Lord whatever coat, and I bought the
yep,
mask recently, and that completes basically my outfit. I just need like these gloves are from like just like my motorcycle driving days, and they kind of worked out. And so that's my grown up Comic Con in the future costume. And
yeah, that's a good one.
and when I was a kid, um, I don't think we just my mom was a seamstress, so she could make us costumes. But like I really liked the cartoon Casper the Friendly Ghost. And
Yeah.
so I always wanted to be Casper the Friendly Ghost. And I used to wear those little stamped out masks, it's just like a little Casper mask, just the front.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's got one little rubber band that goes around your face or on your head, and like a little plastic little poncho with like a little Casper on it. And that was my costume for 3 years in a row when I was a kid.
Oh
Just
my
like,
gosh. I wish you had a picture of that. I'd
me
love
too.
to see that. I wish I had a picture of my ET costume too. That'd be hilarious.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Hey guys, share your memories, please.
Here we go.
Favorite costume,
I
if
see.
you have an adult costume and a kid's costume.
I
What
see.
did you guys wear?
Todd's costume was a large dog surgery collar with a hole for beer and dog ears.
That must be your adult costume,
simple,
I hope.
simple, funny, and neutered. So funny. Leonard's favorite costume one year, I dressed up as Dr. Blake Down, aka Dr. Clown from Children's Hospital. Oh, that's cool. That's a good one. Jesse, I have
Yeah.
a taco and a pizza costume. What?
Yeah.
That's a good
Wait,
one.
it's one costume or a toggle?
He's
Oh,
got
separate.
Yeah, separate,
Oh, cool.
separate. That's so.
I definitely prefer the taco, by the way. And what kind of taco is it? These questions need to be answered.
That's so good. I like that you have the pipe. That's so good. Let's see. I used to have a light up skull necklace and its mouth opened and closed. I wore black everything. It looked like a flying skull. Oh, it was a night catcher for sure. Oh, that's cool. That makes sense.
Some of those costumes that people make are crazy. Like when you go to, I mean, Halloween has good costumes, but when you go to Comic-Con, my gosh, some people put some serious time into those things. I've seen a Wookiee. I saw a Optimus Prime that was like, he must have been on stilts because it was like 10 feet tall. It was a full Optimus Prime. Yeah, there's some crazy costumes out there.
That's super cool. Awesome. Oh yeah, so we need to do the pop top.
Oh gosh, we are joking. We forgot our drinks
tonight.
Oh man,
I'll be drinking.
Ooh, that's the heavy stuff.
Zevia, Doctor Zevia, Doctor Knockoff,
AKA Dr. Pepper, wannabe Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Okay,
all right, here we go.
For me, here we go.
On a scale of 1 to 10, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best pop top you ever heard, 1 being the worst, rate this pop top. That pop top was so powerful it scared the cat. That's so good. What up, Fishy down there? Welcome to the stream. What up, Cal? Welcome to the stream. You missed the intro, Cal. You need to go check out the intro after you watch it. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens when you show up late.
You missed Roman's costume, man.
My buddy dressed up every year as a predator. Ooh, that's a good character.
Oh man, I would love to have a good.
He makes his own
outfit.
outfits and they look legit. Very cool. Oh, we got 10, a 10, a 10, a 10, a 10. Dang, sounds like a gun. Says Todd.
Heck yeah.
Fishy down there give you 108.
Got put on that.
Right? Yeah. Like that pipe up. Here we go. My turn. Now I gotta rate my pop top. Here we go. I'm gonna unmute my boosted mic.
Super mic.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, that had a long.
What do you think?
Awesome.
Cheers, guys. Happy Halloween.
Cheers, happy Halloween. If I can drink with this thing on. Hey, now I know what Aaron Kruger feels like. How do you fish with this thing?
We should have got you an ice cream. A snow cone.
I imagine if I'm reeling my spinning reel, I could just see this whole thing getting sucked into my reel.
Yeah. I wonder
Aaron,
if
what's up?
Let's say I got 10s. Wow, that was the best one ever. What? Thank you. Thanks, guys. So we tied. We tied today. Nice.
All right. Cheers for the tie.
Cheers for the Halloween edition.
Heck yeah. First holiday show.
Mm-hmm.
And my beard is like soaking wet. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so Aaron. Is Aaron on there? I gotta know. What the heck? How do you do this?
I wonder if Aaron's ever caught his beard in his pool.
Dang, if he gets on there, make sure you remind me to ask him that, or somebody remind me to ask him that.
Yep, that's a good one. Yeah, because you don't think about it, it's like right here, you're reeling right here, like next to your chest, and his beard is long enough for sure.
I think his beard is about to his belly button, right? Yeah. So that's me down there.
Yep.
All right. Next category: Halloween fun time. What is your favorite candy you used to get handed out? I'll let you start with that one.
Ooh. I've always been a fan of like the Snickers, dude. Like there's always that random house that had like the full, not the fun size, not the little Halloween one, but the full bars. And then if they got really fancy, they got like the king size one that would just like blow everybody away. But like that's a house that kids are gonna be talking about. You know, it's like that's a house with the giant king size Snickers.
Yep. And it's usually the guy with like the super long driveway, right? So you like, you have to earn it once you get up there. It's like a reward. He probably only gets like 10 trick-or-treaters. He's like, if anybody gets up here, I'm gonna give him a full-size one because you got to make the journey.
Yeah, Cal said any full-size candy was his favorite. Exactly. Cal, what was your favorite go-to costume when you were a kid? And what's your favorite go-to costume now as a grown-up? Everybody, put in the chat.
I want to hear some more costumes, guys. You guys had to have dressed up as something.
Eric said candy corn.
What?
Who else likes candy corn? That's like
I like it, but to me, I don't know. That's not my favorite.
Captain Dan says candy corn equals pure sugar. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do
Jesse
you
likes the
remember
Skittles.
with candy corn, like putting them in your teeth like they were fangs
Yeah.
and walking around? Yeah.
Oh, Leonard said Kit Kats or caramello. Oh, those are good ones. Yeah. That's my house. I will chase you on a full clown suit. Oh, that's awesome.
For me, my favorite candy, same as yours, dude. I love the Snickers, and I would take them home and I'd put them in the freezer.
Oh yeah.
And in San Diego, it's usually hot all the time. And man, it was like I don't know, it made you like slow down and enjoy it while you're eating it. For me, you know what I mean? It's not like one bite gone.
That's so good.
I love frozen Snickers. That was my deal. Even now, when I get Halloween candy, which I usually, as an adult, I don't eat much candy, only like during Halloween, and that's about it. Like, I don't go buy Snickers bars. But even now, it's frozen Snickers bars, dude. Halloween time.
That's awesome. See, Muto says, I love candy corn. Oh, it's amazing, dude. Like, I didn't think people actually. I always hear people talk smack about candy corn. I didn't know people actually like them. That's cool.
I always get that Halloween, and I enjoy it, but it's like Peeps, Easter time, those sugary little birds, Peeps.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, yeah.
I like one or two just because it's the holiday, and I want to taste
overwhelming.
that, but
Yeah.
it's not like something I like
Peeps.
crave. Like, yeah.
See, Eric says, Chico Stick. Oh yeah, Chico Stick. I remember those. Those are good. Circus
Stick.
Peanuts. Circus Peanuts says Hider.
Chico Stick. I love those
Yeah,
things.
Chico Sticks. Yeah, that brings me
It's like
back.
it's like a Butterfinger with no chocolate, but they're a little coconutty. Oh, those are good.
Yep. Hider says bit o' honey. I never had one of those. I don't think.
Yeah. Bit o' honey, they come in a wrapper you pull apart, and it like swirls apart like a piece of taffy.
Ooh.
And it's just like a peanut buttery kind of chewy. They're really good, like honey and peanut butter.
Sounds messy.
And that's the combination. They're so good. How did you not have a bit of honey?
I know. I
Those are awesome.
need to look that up. My brothers and I this is Cal. My brothers and I used to dress up as Kiss. What? Every year? Oh, dude, that's such a good one.
Cal.
Oh, Cal, dude, that's awesome.
Okay, who was Gene Simmons? Were you Cal? You must have been the front man.
Which one were you, Cal? That's so funny. Okay, so Zach, Dog Dude Drone says I dislike candy corn. All right, I tolerate. I'll have a couple, but it's not my favorite. It's not like I look forward to candy corn. Todd says candy corn blows. Baby Ruth all the way. Todd likes Baby Ruth. That's good. Abazaba is pretty good too. Yep.
Oh yeah, Abazaba. Peanut butter and like the toffees or whatever that is. That's so good.
Payday, says Leonard. And then Zach Riggs says, I used to love Snickers and Reese's, but I am now allergic to peanuts. Now what? Oh man, that sucks.
That can happen?
How did you get allergic to peanuts? That's weird.
Probably eating too many. All of a sudden,
Yeah, I do love Reese's though. Reese's Pieces are so good. Yeah. Eric says,
As the older I get, it seems like I'm going more towards a dark chocolate. I don't know why, because I don't like the sweet as much anymore. So like, if I'm gonna eat like chocolate now, for some reason I like dark chocolate. I don't know. Is that just me, or is that? I don't know. I'm a dark chocolate dude now.
Yeah. Leonard says not a fan of candy corn. Okay. Hyder says I need to get back to work. All right, Hyder, get back to work. Oh, we'll be here in your ear talking smack.
Watch the replay. Don't forget to hit like.
Yeah, that's right. Don't forget to hit like guys. Let's see. Cal says I was Paul Stanley every year. Chick magnet. Swing.
That's funny.
That is so funny. Oh, it's so good. All right. Zach, Dog Dude Drone says cookies and cream bar. Dark chocolate roll, says Todd. Dog Dude Drone says used to eat the chocolate around the Reese's and save the middle for later. Oh, for last. That's commitment.
That must have been hard to do.
Yeah.
Like save. What about Kit Kat? Nobody said Kit Kat. That always seemed to be like a pretty popular one during Halloween.
I think maybe Leonard got that one earlier.
Got the Kit Kat?
Dark chocolate is good up until a certain point, says Salty.
Yeah, it's like one bite just to get that craving of chocolate, but you don't get that like sweet, I don't know, sweet rush, I guess. I don't know.
Todd says, "Come on, scariest fish. Almond Joy is good. I love Almond Joy. That's one of my favorite candies too."
Yeah, actually, I like Mounds, the dark chocolate version of it.
Oh, nice. But those don't have almonds, do they?
No, it's the same thing, no almond, but it's dark chocolate instead of milk
I
chocolate.
gotta have the almond in there.
Try it. You might like it.
What's up, Ramon? Welcome. Okay, so Todd put up a good question. This question is, come on, scariest fish.
Oh, my answer, I think I've already answered this on the show. I know your answer. And my answer, we're always talking bay fish, so I'm going to say the bay. For me, it's that darn horn shark. If you ever look into that horn shark's mouth, oh my gosh, it's like row and row and row after teeth. To me, it looks exactly like the Kraken, the scene where Johnny Depp jumps into the Kraken at the end of Pirates of the Caribbean. It looks like that.
Spoiler alert. I was kidding.
Hey, that's like a 10-year-old movie. To me, horn shark. Just because of its mouth.
Very cool.
What's yours?
For me, it's that one angel shark that I wasn't expecting to have a mouth in front of its face. I was expecting to have a mouth like a stingray, and then when I was reeling it up and it was coming at me, I was like, "Whoa, that thing's got like a regular shark jaws. What's this? This is ugly." Yeah.
Don't try to lip that thing.
All right. Second place for me would be like a midshipman because it was just like freaky when I first caught one. I was like, "What is this? An escaped science project?"
Yeah. You don't catch them very often. That's all.
Yeah. Salty says a midnight Milky Way. That's like a dark chocolate Milky Way, right?
Yeah. That's the same thing as the Milky Way, but it's got the dark chocolate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cal agrees. Midshipmen are scary.
Yes. You're going to sooner or later join the dark side. And when I say that, dark chocolate side.
Nice. Dog Dude Drone says a mantis shrimp. I've never caught one before.
Yeah. I've never caught one either, amazingly. But I've seen lots of pictures of people catching those. I think you get those like you just maybe if you're soaking a live bait or you just happen to snag it. And
then Zach says, Zach Riggs says, anything that can bite me. So anything with teeth, basically.
That's everything, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, Salty says sculpin when they're feisty.
Yeah, those are probably scariest fish to me.
Captain Dan said the scariest for him is a noob scuba diver.
Yeah. I have no experience in that, but I can see that being scary.
That's so funny. I've seen them bite lures. The sculpin. Probably mantis shrimp. Okay.
Okay, next category. Last Halloween category.
Okay.
Favorite Halloween movie. Like a movie you really only watched Halloween time. I don't know if there is one specifically for that. For me, it's really obvious. I even brought it out here. The movie's not that good, but the music and everything about it is just kind of cool. I usually watch this movie like in segments, which is Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Like I never really sit down and watch the whole thing beginning to end, but I love the music scenes, some of them, and I love is it claymation? I don't know what that's called.
Yeah, it's like stop animation. I like to have that kind of movie like in the background when you're like hanging out and cooking or something. Right?
Yep, that's same with me. I don't like sit down and watch it, but I like the movie. I like when Disneyland switches to that too, the Haunted Mansion.
Oh
so
yeah.
I was trying to think of a Halloween movie for me, and that's probably it.
My kids just started watching Scooby Doo.
Oh yeah,
all the old episodes. They love it. It's so funny.
There's a lot of good lessons to be learned in Scooby.
Yeah,
there's always a moral to the story.
Yeah. So scary movies. Like my favorite Halloween movie to watch is the one, the only. Bloodsport, yeah.
That's year round for you, dude.
Yeah, it's the best holiday movie ever. I like. So I'll always watch that, but I like to watch. Nightmare Before Christmas. And now I can't really watch the movies I used to watch because the kids are around. I don't want them to see those yet. But all like the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, like super crazy, and like movies I always thought was super scary. Flatliners.
Yeah, that's where they bring them back to life after they're dead.
That's weird. Yeah. Also, Pet Sematary. That's a creepy movie.
There's another movie out there. I'm pointing right at it.
Can you guys
see? Can you see that head back there on my wall? There he is. He's looking at me.
Huh?
He's right below the spot he did.
That's so funny. Oh man, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre says Captain Dan. Wow, that's a
Oh
rough
yeah,
one. Man.
that's a rough one, dude.
Yeah,
That was
Friday the
I watched that as
13th.
a kid. I regret it.
Yeah, that's
You
funny.
became a man really fast after watching that movie.
Jesse said he had nightmares for Monsters Inc. as a kid.
Whoa, just,
My
you better not. You better stay to those
yeah
Pixar
yeah
movies
you better
then.
stick with the Disney movies. Uh, the first time I watched Nightmare on Elm Street, I don't even know how old I was. I just know that it was super scary, and I didn't even watch it. I heard it. I was under the like we're all watching it in the living room, and like just we're all hanging out, and my mom and my cousins and everybody wanted to watch like a scary movie. I was like, oh yeah, I'll watch a scary movie, and I got so scared that I was like under the cover the whole time, and I was just basically listening to the movie, just like sweating under that blanket, dude. It was so scary,
Dude, I think I
so bad.
may. I may, when you said that story, I think I've had that same experience with the movie. Like,
So,
my brother was watching this like werewolf TV
oh,
series, and the intro music it would terrify me because in the intro, the mouth would open to this guy, and like a wolf mouth would come out,
oh
and
yeah.
I saw it once. And then all it took was the music, and I knew it was going to be on the screen, so I would go running out and hide because I did not want to see that ever again. But it was like a werewolf TV show. It was terrifying to me.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh, it's funny.
I,
Insidious says Zach.
for,
Oh,
yeah.
you know what movie was the craziest movie too? That was like really like scared me to a new level when it came out. Like The Ring.
Oh yeah,
Like that was
yeah.
like the first time they did like the underwater reverse kind of like really like weird the way they walked. That freaked me out. It was like, it's so
Yeah,
unnatural.
she walked
Yeah,
like a kind of like a crab, right, with her head,
yeah. It was
and
weird.
she'd come out of the TV. It was like that girl with the long black hair that was kind
Yeah,
of drooped over her head. Ugh,
yeah. And
yeah,
I think they filmed it in reverse or played it in reverse. Like she walked backwards when she was coming at you, and then they played it forward during the movie. So everything was like swinging the wrong way, and it was
yeah.
just creepy. Yeah, that's really unsettling. Ugh,
What about, did you
ugh.
see the Blair Witch Project when it came out? When everybody kind of thought it was like a real story
I never,
until, you know,
I never saw it. I've never seen it.
it was filmed like a reality kind of show, like it
Yeah,
was
and
really kind of happening.
it was
Oh,
like
so
the
you know about it?
yeah, I know
Yeah.
about it.
And that,
It was like the best grossing horror movie that on the lowest budget, right?
right.
It
It
had
was
like a
just like,
record.
I don't know if they were students or just
So good.
people making a cheap movie, but yeah, I mean, it's okay. It is what it is, but it was like the first type of movie, I think. And then like Paranormal Activity came out.
So Todd says I dressed up as Freddy Krueger and scared a group of friends and got kicked in the balls. Oh, that
That's what you
sucked.
get.
That is
That's
hilarious.
what you get.
Okay, I have a story I want to tell. It's kind of messed up, and just know, guys, that this is not me. This is like something I did when I was a kid. I was in maybe whatever age you're at when you're in fourth grade. It was a summer between fourth grade and fifth grade. Uh, my
That's
family,
like 10 years old.
yeah, so we took a vacation to Mexico, where my mom's from, and I was just running around our block, just playing, throwing rocks. I think I had a BB gun at the time, just shooting cans with the BB gun. And these kids next door, for whatever reason, thought it would be cool to throw rocks at me, right? And they're about my age. One of them was my age, and they had a younger kid that was maybe like a year younger than both of us. And so they would just throw rocks at me, and I just kind of would just go back in the house. And then one day, we had taken all of our Halloween costumes with us, right? And I had this crazy cape, like a vampire cape, and one of those latex masks that was like the devil, dude. It was like a red face with like built-in horns, and it was all latex. It was all
Right.
latex, but it had like a crazy wig built in too. So you kind of just put it on, and you just look like the devil. So on one of those days, I saw that one of the kids go across the street to like the lady who had like a little storefront. So while he was there buying something, I put the mask on and the cape, and I walked over there so he couldn't see me, and he didn't see me until I was right up right up against him pretty much, and I scared him so bad that like I later I heard his mom tell my mom that he had gotten diarrhea.
So you scared the blank out of him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Ah, dude.
Oh man, that was so bad. Like and then at that point I was like, oh wow, that was messed up. So I never did it again. But anyway, revenge.
Good. I like that story. That's hilarious. That's
Don't throw rocks at me,
Halloween's
punk. Just kidding.
about.
Oh, it's so funny. Remember Killer Clowns from Outer? Oh, that's hilarious. Yes. Do you remember that movie?
Which movie?
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh yeah, that's like a 70s low budget B movie.
That was a B movie, but it was fun.
Currently on Netflix. I think I saw that.
Yeah. Recently I saw it.
I got to rewatch that. What about Attack of the Killer Tomatoes? Do you remember that?
Oh yes.
I mean, it was so cheesy, but dude, it was so cheesy you had to watch it, right?
Exactly. Yeah, Jaws is a good one. Yeah, Jaws is a good one.
That's good year round. That's one of my favorite movies. Of course, once you've seen that, you can never unsee it. And every time you go out in the beach boogie boarding or surfing, dude, it's always in the back of your head, dude. Yep. You're always thinking about Jaws.
Leonard says the first Creep Show. Those are good.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember Tales from the Crypt, too. That HBO, I think it was, series, Tales from the Crypt. Yeah. Those were pretty good.
Those are good. That is hilarious. Cool.
Well, we're halfway through the show, so let's... I know. What's going on here? We're having too much fun for Halloween, but are we ready to actually get into Fishy Hour? Or are we going to continue the Halloween theme?
Just keep it going. Just gonna throw some spooky music in the background.
It's a party in here. Yeah, get some party music going here.
Spooky.
I forgot my candy bowl. Could have been eating candy this whole time. Wow. All right, so while we're playing the music, I'm going to say our topics for tonight. Should I announce that at least?
Oh, yeah. Dude, we're so far behind.
We're going to have to breeze through. We might not get to all the topics. So we're going to talk about our next tournament.
Let's do this. Let's go. Let's do the topics and not give off the topics until we do them.
Okay.
That way we cut off whenever we need to. Cool?
All right. Sounds good.
So next topic?
Next topic. Okay, announcements. Do you have any announcements? You know what? While you do the announcements...
I do have some announcements.
Very hot. I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm gonna make it through the whole show in this thing. So,
all right, cool. I'm gonna go full screen.
Wait, hold on. I want you guys to see the whole costume.
Hold on, let me go full screen on you. Hold on.
Oh, you can't see but I've got the ring. I'm trying to get the Mount Doom. Hey.
The pipe is perfect.
I am gonna switch. So.
You should put on that ring. Put on that ring on the screen and I'll make you disappear. All right, we're back. Scary time. Oh yeah, so the announcement I have for you guys is I have a couple of announcements actually. Let me turn down this music a little bit. The third video of the hoop netting series is out.
Just like that.
All right, Brian's back. Let me get him back up here.
I'm back and I'm boring.
All right. Cool. So the third video of the hoop netting series is out. You can get the link in the chat by typing in hoop !hoop 3. And the Nightbot should give you a link. There it is. So if you haven't watched it, do me a favor and go watch that tonight so we can bump up the stats on that guy, get him ranked up. And I put a lot of work into that one. And I forgot to put some things in there, so I went back and re-recorded some other parts. So that's why I'm kind of dressed differently in a different scenes. But it's a really good overview of what you need to do once you actually have your hoop net set up and you can actually go and fish them. So check that out. If you have any friends that are trying to get into hoop netting, have them check out that whole series. We go over exactly which hoop nets to get, how to set them up from off the shelf to fishing, and how to actually fish them, and everything you need, lobster gauges, licenses, lobster card, all that stuff. So it's a good series to watch if you're starting to get into hoop netting. Okay. The second announcement was, I think that's it. For the announcements that I had in mind. So now we can move on to the actual announcement.
Am I on split screen? I don't know. I
Yeah,
can't
you
see
are.
myself.
You are.
Okay, cool. So I'm back. I'm boring. I'm not Gandalf anymore, but Gandalf will return. Okay, so me and Roman were talking about our next tournament. We've had a lot of fun with these guys, and we're trying to plan this one kind of in advance so that we can prepare for it. And sorry, it seemed like the Kidcaster challenge was extremely popular. So we're gonna bring back the Kidcaster, and if you guys didn't participate last time, this is it. This is a Kidcaster poll. This is what if you don't have one of these, this is what to participate in this tournament coming up. You're gonna have to go get one of these. And basically, it's like a Spider-Man poll or a Princess poll or mine's a Paw Patrol. Any of these polls, Kidcaster. And we're gonna do that. Are we thinking November 14th, Roman? Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday, November 14th. And
Yep.
guys, there's the rules are you can put whatever line you want on it, right?
Yeah. So like I think I put 10-pound braid on mine,
Yeah,
and
me
it
too.
worked pretty good last time. But you can put whatever line, you can fish whatever lure. If you think you can get away with an A-rig on this, go for it. But this is the only stipulation. It'll be the same rules as we normally do. 3 bass, longest. We'll probably keep the heaviest category going, and biggest other. And normally we have no entry fee. We probably won't have an entry fee, and the people that place first place, second place, and third place usually get a prize. So, Kidcaster tournament. What do you guys think? Excited about it? You ready? You gonna start practicing? You got what? 3 weeks?
Yeah,
3 weeks to hone your
3 weeks.
skill and go get yourself one.
That's right. And then the other announcement that I forgot about till now is we're fishing Friday during the day, midday. We're gonna fish San Diego Bay. I think some of you guys are. I think Leonard's going. Matt's going.
It's the return of Matty Two Hooks, right?
Yeah,
After a year of hiatus.
Yeah, the return of Matty Two Hooks. So we're gonna go fish with him. Should be fun. He's on Outback, I think. He's on Outback. Anyway, yeah, he's on a kayak. So we'll all be fishing from a kayak. So yeah, it's gonna be good. And then that's gonna be on Friday. We haven't decided on what to do on Saturday. If you guys want to do a group outing on Saturday as well, if you do, sound off, and then we'll do something we'll put something up in the outings for Saturday
maybe
as well.
We'll put it to a vote again. So normally it's either Mission Bay, San Diego Bay, or La Jolla. All 3 are great spots.
Cool.
But man, it's the water. You were out yesterday, and the water has cooled down dramatically. It's gone from 78 to what were you at 64 last night?
That was the air temperature. I didn't have my sounder, but the air temperature
I think it's
was 64. Like
probably water's probably somewhere 65, 66, 64 right in there. So unfortunately, spotty fishing is slowing down, but they're still out there. It's just not summertime, but
yeah, I'm not getting.
That's all right. You just have to get better.
I'm not getting any action in the open. I'm mostly on structure that I'm getting any action. So take that.
Yeah, they're probably slowing down, and they're sitting in their little hole or wherever their home is. They're probably hunkered down in there.
Yeah.
Not expending so much energy searching for food. They're probably sitting there waiting for it.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point, actually.
Yeah. Okay, so is that all the announcements we got?
The CCA on the Bay 2 is the next weekend after that weekend, on the 21st.
The 21st, right? Yeah.
And Captain Dan, you guys have a site set up for signups yet? If you do, let me know. We can link it up.
And the CCA event was a lot of fun. We did that in April or was it May maybe last time they did it, and that was a lot of fun. That was a fun event.
Yeah, that was cool.
I don't know what you guys have prepared for it, but last time it was a few prizes, and it was a lot of fun, and it was an awesome way to support the CCA. That's really what it's about here.
Sorry for the distraction there. There we go.
That's all right.
Cool. No, it's a good organization. Support them. If you want the link to their website, go to !CCA for the link. The Nightbot will give you the link.
Yep. Me and Roman are both members, proud members. Got my CCA sticker. don't know if you can see it right under that Spotty Republic sign.
Oh, nice.
Kind of small, but
Very
it's there.
cool. Very cool. Cool.
All right. So, is there any questions before we get started with our topic about bay fishing or fishing in general? Does anybody have any open questions? This is like an open mic session. You can ask me, Roman, and if we can answer it, usually somebody in chat can answer it. So,
Very good.
any questions? Now it's a time to put them in chat.
There's Matty Two Hooks. It says, "What's up, everyone?
There he is.
I just finished installing a vertical center hatch. Ooh, cool. And moving my circular hatch to the bow. Looks cherry. Nice, dude.
That's all fun, Matty, but you just missed the entire Halloween portion of our show.
You missed the whole Halloween intro, bro.
Rewatch it. Yeah.
You gotta come back and watch the intro. Okay? That's so funny. Question: do the same lures work in the winter as in the summer? That is a great question.
Awesome question. So for me, yes, I fish very similar in the winter, but in the winter I'm more of a finesse fisherman. So when I say finesse, it's usually something on a lighter line that I'm fishing on the bottom. It's something that goes slow. Like for you, I probably guess what you're going to fish in the winter. I'd take a long shot at it, and I would say the fill in the blank.
The Ned rig, bro.
Yeah, there it is. And fill in the blank for me, I love fishing the underspin in the winter. And sometimes I'll take just the old school ball jig head with the swim bait. That seems to work good. If it gets really slow, hit that Berkeley Gulp, man. That thing's good year round. If you're getting the skunk, you can take that Berkeley Gulp on the bottom, super slow, and it's got that curly tail. So even if you finesse slow, that gives it a lot of action, and you'll get bit on that. Probably not get them big ones, but you'll get bit. And A-rig too works. Some more of the aggressive baits like jerk bait, that kind of stuff. It's tough, man. Even the crankbait. I don't get a lot of winter fish on more of those aggressive, I guess I would call them baits. I like finesse fishing. Drop shot, also a great one because you can suspend that bait in a spot for a long time and you can twitch it and cover a lot of ground slowly. And I think these fish, you got to entice them. They look at it, they're thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I think this goes by quick. They're probably not going to get it, but with the finesse fishing, you give them a long, hard look at it, and then they come over and bite it. So that's what I'm going to recommend. Slow down. Go slow. Fish slowly.
Very good. Very cool. Matty Two Hook says, question, have any of you tried a slow pitch jigging? Sorry, have you ever tried slow pitch jigging in SD Bay?
Is he talking about the slow fall?
Yeah. Slow pitch jigging?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for sand bass, that's a good deep water vertical method. So I think I talked about that last week. It's slow fall, drop it down to the bottom in the deeper water, 5 fast cranks to drive it up off the bottom, open your bail, let it fall again, and do that pattern until it gets back basically vertically under you, and then bring it all the way up. But yeah, those work good in deep water conditions, I think.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, let's see. Salty says, I use micro slow pitch jigs.
Yeah, they make like they make them. They're the small. They make the smallest little ones like half ounce.
What size? Half ounce?
Here, let me show you. No, mine are. I use a little bit heavier.
Cool. While you're looking for that, Jesse's got a question. He says, do the spotties seek deeper water in the winter? I don't think they
going to say... Go ahead, Roman.
I'm going to say I don't think they seek deeper water. I think they just seek... Because deeper water is actually colder. You have that thermocline where it's actually colder the deeper you go because there's less sunlight getting through. So I don't think they go deeper.
I personally think they have a spot they're comfortable. Like, let's call it their home.
Yeah.
A hole, a divot. And I think they just kind of hang out in that spot. Versus summer, they're out and about looking for other spotties. They're kind of looking for bait. They're looking for fish. And I think at this time of the year, they've kind of hunkered down in their hole or their home. And they're just kind of chilling there in the cold water, waiting for something. So in wintertime, you got to find them. A good place to search, probably to start any structure. That's their home. That's where they're going to be at. rocks, pillars, structure.
Yeah, what you got to remember is like I think fish are cold blooded, right? Fish are cold blooded, right? So their metabolism, their activity is governed by their body temperature. Kind of like when you get up in the morning. I mean, people are endothermic, so we can regulate our heat. Like we can keep our as long as we can maintain a certain temperature, internal body temperature. But fish, it's related to their environment, right? So if their environment is colder than they're used to, then they're going to be more sluggish. Like they're not going to be as active, right? So when it warms up, yeah, they're more active. They're more freely swimming around. But when it's not, it's just so you got to just adapt. It's kind of like they're in conservation mode, where they're waiting for stuff to swim by, not necessarily actively hunting, right?
Yep. And just like us, winter comes around, we want to get in our cozies and sit on our couch by our fire and just chill, right? I mean, not in San Diego so much, but I imagine that's what it's like in the winter.
So but wherever there's winter.
I mean, it's I'm talking frigid, 73 degrees today. I don't know how we're dealing with this. It's terrible. So here is my slow falls. So this is a little bit larger. Is that showing up?
Yep.
And I'm going to pull, these are brand new actually. I'm going to pull one of them out of the package in case you've never seen one. This is what they look like. It almost looks like a flat fall, but they're much smaller. And they look like this. Basically feels like a solid piece of lead. It's got a big treble hook on the bottom, and it's got this, I guess Coach would call this a swing hook, a secondary hook up on the top. And just think of this as like a fish that hits the bottom and then darts up really, really quickly. And that's what gets the reaction. And these are perfect for vertical fishing because it's basically just a big lead weight. You drop it straight down to the bottom and jig it right up, straight down, right up. But that is what a slow fall looks like.
Very cool.
I think this is 1.5 ounces. And I think this one is a 3/4 ounce. So yeah, they come in different sizes, and they even go smaller than this guy right here. So I haven't tried the really small ones yet. Salty, I guess Salty has. Have you had any luck with those? I've never tried those little ones.
Yeah, so does Cal. Cal's uses those too.
Yeah, I know Colt Sniper makes those too. They have a line of those. Jig Par. There's a lot of them out there.
Here's an interesting one. Let's see what he says. So, Dog Dude Drone Zach says, went out tonight with a buddy and we both skunked using a couple of different lures. I talked with the guy when we were leaving who had been bit and waiting. He got 2 legal bass and a legal halibut using anchovy cut bait, and I could tell Carolina rigs. Interesting.
Yep. So your cut bait, live bait is always a good. For us, I don't carry that on my boat, and I don't usually go out and buy it, but that's always a good alternative. Those things you can literally just chuck out there and let it soak.
Yeah, bait and wait.
And it puts out a scent. Fish smell it, especially at night when some of those stingrays and sharks are roaming around. You get bit on those at night or early in the morning. So cut bait, yeah, it's always a go-to. But we fish a lot of artificials.
Yeah, very cool. Cool. All right, guys. Do me a favor.
Zach,
okay,
go ahead.
Let me go back to split screen. Do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button if you haven't already. I see 22 people in here, 14 likes. Let's get the likes up so YouTube can promote it to the rest of the people that are subscribed to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We do this show on Mondays and Wednesdays. So Mondays is Fish Reports with just me, and Wednesdays it's bait fishing with Roman and Brian. And that's the show you're watching now. You're welcome to come back. We do this every week, and so come hang out and give us a subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss a show, and hit that bell. What else? Is it right? Oh yeah. The like button is hidden. If you're watching on your phone, you have to close the chat, hit like, and then go back and open the chat. Otherwise, you won't see the like button. Right? Is that right?
Yeah. So when you're looking at your chat, there's like an X at the very middle under the screen. Hit that X to exit chat. Hit like, and then hit live chat, and you're back to live chat.
There we go. Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Brian.
It's a few steps to do the like on the phone.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Cool. Dog Dude Drone has a question for you. He says, Hey Brian, lost the legal Halley on a cool bait underspin yesterday from the float tube. Broke me off after magic carpet rode him for like 2 minutes.
Okay, Zach, let me give you the scenario because I bet I know what happened. You got it to your float tube, you saw it, and then it got it. We always talk about this. It got its second wind, and that is a lot of the time when those things either come loose or break off because it looks like it's, like you said, a magic carpet. It's just kind of floated in towards you, but the second it sees your feet or the second you put that net in the water, you got to be careful. You got to have your drag set up right because if you have it set up too tight, that halibut is going to dart down to the bottom, try to get back down to the bottom once it spooks, and that's where you lose a lot of those. So is that how you lost that fish? Oh, on the second wind, I call it?
Yeah, on the second.
And for me, I know it's going to do that, so I'm prepared with my drag set up correctly. If you have it buttoned all the way down so you can set that hook, that'll work to set the hook, but once you get it to the boat, that could work against you.
Yeah, you got to remember to loosen it up. Yep.
Yeah. Just not loose, not tight, just kind of right there in the sweet spot.
Yeah.
So work with your drag. And if that's not what happened, let me know.
Okay, cool. Zach's got a good question. He says, how do you set your drag?
Okay, for me, it's pretty I mean, if you want to get really technical, you can use your scale. And I think we did that once in a show, right? Where we were actually seeing what the line would break at. It's like maybe a show like 4 or 5 weeks ago that we were setting our drag with a scale. For me, I actually just grab it, and I don't want to say I've been doing it for so long though. I can actually feel what feels correct to me. I think just over time on the water and setting your drag up, maybe if you're going to try set it up a little looser than you might think, and then after a while, once you start getting the feel for it, once a fish, if it's taking drag, just start playing around with it a little bit, but you'll start getting this feel. So every time you grab your pole before you cast this thing for the day for the first time, most fishermen, you'll see them reach down and they just grab it and pull it a few inches just to make sure it's not totally buttoned down. If it's totally buttoned down, you cannot pull any drag off this. If it's too loose, you grab it, it's like this. That's too loose. So depending on what line you're fishing, this is 30-pound braid, so it's pretty strong. You'll get the feel down. I don't know how to describe that, but over time you'll know what drag feels like. Is that how you set your drag too? Just by pulling it and feeling it?
Yeah, just by checking that. I've seen people do it with their with a scale, but I'm not gonna do that on the boat. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna loosen it all the way. Well, not all the way. I'm gonna loosen it enough that I can easily pull some out. Then I'm going to tighten it down a little bit and just have you get a feel for it, I guess.
Yeah, that's the only way I can describe it. You get a feel for it. And if it literally, if it feels loose, guys, it's going to look like this. You're going to pull, that's way too easy. But if it's just kind of right, it almost not cuts your hand, but it just feels pretty tight, you know. And those spotties, man, they'll believe it or not, they're usually under a pound or two. They take drag, man. Those things fight. You think, okay, it's a 2-pound fish. I'm going to set my line up at 2 pounds. It's not going to do it. But that's not the way fishing works. That thing has some pull to it. Those things, especially because we're fishing for, if you think about it, spotties, which are small, but they're tough. But you have the chance also of hooking into like a 10-pound plus halibut too. So they're basically the same bait. So you got to be prepared for both ends of that spectrum.
That's true.
So not too tight. Find that sweet spot. And that's just going to be time on the water to figure that out.
Yeah, exactly. I like to have my drag a little bit looser than usual when I first start, and when I get that first fish, it'll be taking a bunch of drag, and I'll use my first fish to kind of get a better gauge of how much drag to put on there.
I try to also tell people not to adjust your drag during the fish because if you do that, I've seen so many times people, because you're basically turning the knob, you're not feeling it at that point. If you start turning it tighter, like if the fish is taking drag, it's going to wear out. The fish is going to wear out. You've got these, especially with this braid, you've got tons of line on there. Let that fish run. Don't get scared if it's running and running. I mean, if you're getting down the bottom of your spool, of course you're going to have to do something.
Yeah, that's true.
But let that fish run. Don't immediately go down and crank that drag down real quick because you'll break off. So
That's true. No, that's a
give
good
it
point. That's
give
a
it
really
some
good point.
patience.
Yep. That's a very good point, actually. Cool. Let's see. Sorry if I missed your question, guys. I see Roy's got a question. Wait, hold on. Before I get it, Roy's. Oh, so Dog Dude Drone says, yeah, his drag was broken, so he was using his thumb, so maybe he put too much pressure on it. Okay.
Yeah, and you know what? Not to knock like cheap Walmart reels, but I mean, I have cheap gear, I have expensive gear, and sometimes on the medium range to the more expensive gear, the drag is a little more sensitive. You can get like it seems like on my Walmart reels, just a little bit of a turn can go from really loose to almost locked down super tight. They don't have quite the clicks and adjustments that maybe a little more quality reel would have. So when you get into a quality reel, that's really what you're paying for on these things is the bearings and that drag system.
That's a
So
very good point. Yeah.
if you're fishing with a $29 combo, the drag sometimes those drags are really hard to get perfect. Might want to try upgrading to like a $49 reel or at least try it out, see if you like one.
And then Matty Two Hooks, I get my Power Finesse shrooms on Amazon, dude, just because like I don't want to be driving around town, and most of the places don't have it. But I know it's always on Amazon. It just takes a couple of days to get here. So.
And how many packs do you order those at a time? I'm just curious.
Like 2. Maybe
What?
6 heads, maybe. Yeah.
2 dozen?
Not even 2 dozen. Half dozen.
Oh wow!
It takes me a long time to go through them because like.
Yeah.
I don't lose that many lures. Yeah. They're more likely to rust out than for me to lose them in another way. It's crazy. Like
those finesse lures, you're really not. You can kind of bounce them over stuff. They're not getting hooked up so much. It's like a bait, like a crankbait where it's hanging.
Yeah.
Treble hooks. That's the kind of stuff I tend to lose too. Because once it's kind of hooked up, sometimes there's just no getting it out of it.
Exactly. And then Roy said that he checks his drag by the bend in the rod. That's a good one too.
That is a good one. For me, it's like I don't even think about it anymore. Like I pick it up, I grab this, I test it, and then I cast it. You know what I mean? It's like you don't even realize you're doing it after I don't want to say again, doing it so long, you just kind of feel it, you know? And I do that all throughout the day even. Sometimes I can't remember if I check the drag, so I'm always checking that drag throughout the day.
Cool.
All my pulls.
How deep do the sand bass like to sit, says Jesse. On the bottom.
Jesse. Yeah. Well, I think Aaron Kruger said the deeper the better. But so in the bays, let's talk about San Diego Bay because that's probably better sand bass fishing there. Like when we go out at night, we try to hit the deepest part of the channel, which is by the submarine pen or the bait dock or the just past the ammo dock, kind of that deep channel. For San Diego Bay, the inlet of the bay is up to, I think, 47 feet deep at its deepest, and probably some of the drop-offs are about 28 to 30 feet, somewhere right in there. And that's normally where the big sand bass will hang out. You get sand bass anywhere in the bay, but usually the big ones are in the deep, deep areas. And when I say deep, I'm talking 40 feet, because that's all we go to in the bay. Same thing with Mission Bay, that jetty, the channel, that's where you're going to get the bigger ones. I've caught sand bass everywhere in the bays, though. Yeah, they're in eelgrass. They'll be in 10 feet of water, but I've never caught like a really big one in the shallow water. So that's usually where all the juveniles are hanging out.
Very cool. Very cool. Let's see. I'm kind of just reading through the chat real quick. Is a Tokyo rig still being used? It's still being used by me. Shoot. Slaying.
Yeah, it is.
It's just a Tokyo rig by
You
name.
want to describe your Tokyo rig?
People in Tokyo don't even use that.
Yeah, I don't know where that name came from.
It's basically a Texas rig worm hook, Texas rig fluke, so it's weedless.
Yep.
And it's going to a split ring, and that split ring is going to a swivel. But on that same split ring, you have a little, I guess you could call it like a little A-rig arm coming down, and you just kind of slide weights on there. You slide weights on the A-rig arm, and then you kind of twist the end so that the weights are stuck in there. And you pretty much have the equivalent to a drop shot with a worm hook. Sorry, a drop shot with the extra the extra wide gap worm hook. And instead of having the line that goes to the weight, you have a little metal arm that goes to the weight. All right? And the weight can slide up and down.
I bought this thing. I'm gonna show and tell something.
Go
I
for it.
bought this thing like on a. It's not like a brand name thing. It's one of those lures you get from China, and they're like $5 for 5 free shipping. But it's this little shrimp. I haven't tried it yet.
That's cool.
But I was wondering, I'm like, what is this? And it's Tokyo rigged from the factory with this. So all I have to do is add a weight. See, it's got this wire right here.
Yeah.
And then I add my weight here and I tie up here, and this thing's going to bounce just like this. So it's like a short little Tokyo rig that looks like a shrimp.
Yep. The
I
hook's
don't know.
upside down. That's good.
I don't know. We'll see how that thing works. But it looks really cheap, but spotties will bite anything, right?
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. What's up, Doug? Welcome. A Baker Lounge in the house. What's up, Baker Lounge? I use Tokyo rigs for largies up here. Heavy duty drop shot or punch shot. Yep, exactly. My wife is Navy.
Yeah,
she
it's kind of a variation of a drop shot or dropper loop. It just adds that little metal rod, I guess, and a swivel.
Very cool. Very cool. All right.
Have we got through all the questions?
I think so. Looks like it. I see 19
Darn it,
likes,
it looks
guys.
like my
Hit
feed
that
is-
like button so we get at least 20.
Yeah, what is going on? My feed looks like it's kind of crudding out again for some reason. I don't know what's going on with my internet.
No, that's okay.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start talking about another topic, which is what time we got here? Ooh, it's 8:03. Do we have time to do another topic?
One more topic, and then we're going to wrap this baby up.
One more topic. I'll let you guys vote. Okay. I'm either going to talk about... I'm either talk about a weedless A-rig or how to make your swim baits last longer, or when to change them and how to make them last longer. Which would you guys rather hear me talk about?
Let the
Weedless
community
A-rig or
decide.
swim baits? Whichever one I don't get to this week, we'll probably do next week.
Oh, man, there's a bunch of questions I missed over here.
Or I could just we could field some more questions since this is our Halloween episode.
Yep. Okay, so they're saying swim baits. Swim baits.
Swim baits, all right.
Swim baits it is.
Nobody wants to hear about the weedless A-rig, all right.
They do. Nobody
So-
said anything. Oh, yeah, weedless A-rig. Salty. So we'll do weedless A-rig
Yeah.
next Wednesday. Is that good?
Yeah. Next Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. So, all right, so swim baits. I got one here. First of all, I think last week Eric asked when to change your line or when to change your bait, and I think what he meant is when to change the swim bait. But I'll also tell him for your line right here, after every fish, pretty much just feel it. Feel it. Do a visual on your knot to make sure it doesn't look like it's loosened up or anything's wrong with it, but feel, because, when I say feel it, it's because I've got a fluorocarbon leader here attached to braid, and this stuff can fray. It's super strong, but if you hit a rock or the spotty or halibut scrapes its teeth on this for some time, you'll feel a fray. And if that happens, cut that section off. Wherever that fray starts, cut that section off and retie that bait in front of that fray. And me and Roman always say, we'll start out with like a 6-foot leader. By the end of the day, we're at like, what, a 3-foot leader? Because we're always trimming. And I'll go my leader all the way till it's about 2 feet. And that's, at that point, the leader's not doing much. So usually about 2 feet, and then I'll tie a new leader. Hopefully I'll have that for the whole day though. So, but if I go home, I'll retie a new 6-footer on there just so I can keep moving my swim bait up. So if that was your question, that's what I do. Feel it. Next question was, what about swim baits? So when do you end up changing these? First, if your swim bait is missing its tail, it's time to change it. It's not going to do you any good. I mean, it looks like a dart. I guess it might, but that's not what this thing's designed to. They have a tail on the end that gets at that paddle. So with spotties, all the time, especially with Kitex, you're going to lose these tails. You can continue fishing it, but you're not going to get any of the action of the paddle tail out of it. So if this happens to you, which it will, especially with Kitex, take that off and replace it. At least I do. You can try fishing like a dart, but I don't think you're going to get much action on that. The next stage would be, once your bait, every time you cast it, looks like this. it keeps coming off. You reel it in every time it's coming. You're not getting bit. It's just coming off. And it's because it's either in most jig heads they have a bait holder, which is this little
Spike.
looks like a little hook right up here that holds the bait in. And once this has been pulled by spotties or it's been casted a billion times, sometimes it's not holding on. And you're not going to get bit a lot if your bait looks like that while you're reeling it in. You want this thing to be nice up against the head. You want it to be nice and straight with the hook. And that is your best presentation. So if this is happening to you, this is my trick. Take this off and take your braid cutters and trim maybe like a 1/4 inch off this thing. So it's shortened it a bit, but it's giving you a fresh tip on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can re-rig it. And now that it's re-rigged, that bait holder, push that in, and now that thing's holding good again. So you can reuse that. You might be able to get away with that once or twice. Try to cut as little as possible off that tip of that thing. So you can reuse it if that's happening to you. You just want this thing to be in there nice and snug. Because if it's going through the water and it's not on there correctly, you're probably not going to get bit. Okay, the next stage is actually when you get like a rip. Like it rips the side. Like this swim bait, the body looks like this. It's kind of hanging off. The only thing I could recommend if you're going to try to keep using this bait or you only have a few is to take the hook and set it off to the side a little bit. Try to find a spot on that bait where it's going to go through it and hold on to that bait. So now I've got the rip on the side right here, right? But now I've hooked it off center now to where it still stays on there strong. It looks kind of funky. Like it gives it kind of a tail bend. That's not very good. But if you only have a few or you're trying to save them, that would be my next tip, is to hook it through somewhere else off center. When you go to the big swim baits, you want to check to see if there's any questions too while I'm going here, Roman?
Yep.
When you go to the big swim baits, for me, these tend to be a little more durable. I fish these a lot with calicos. Once you get that tail bit off, they're gone. But if you look at this guy's shredded. But I would fish these all the way up until you lose the tail. You might have to trim it off if it's getting pulled off. Same as the small ones, but just continually fish these things until it's totally shot. This thing's probably caught, I don't know, 20 fish, and it's still going. So the bigger ones, for me, tend to hold together a little better. The calicos are not quite as brutal as those spotties. But that's how I make a swim bait. And you know what I do too is this is probably like, I don't know, a month's worth of swim baits. I actually save these things. I don't know why. I usually give them to somebody and they melt them down. But you can actually buy a repair kit for these called Mend It. It's like a glue, and you could go back if you saved them all, and it's almost like a glue. You squeeze it in there, hold it together, and it repairs all the rips and all the holes. I really don't do that a lot. The Mend It's actually pretty expensive. So these are about 75 cents each. So I usually just fish them till they're dead, and then I give them away for somebody to melt down and recycle them. But I always keep a bag of my used swim baits. And then if I run out, I'll search through this. I'll find one that doesn't look so bad. I look through this thing, and if I'm looking for a specific color, I'll examine through a bunch of them, and the one that looks halfway decent, I'll try to reuse it again too. So. Awesome. For me, though, there's nothing better than a brand new, fresh, shiny, right from the store swim bait. I always feel like that's going to get bit versus one that's kind of dull, beat up. I don't know. I like the way a fresh one feels on there. It seems to hold nicely, has a shine, the tail's kicking right. So that's how I get my swim baits to last.
Very cool.
Now, I know you do the kind of the same thing with a Ned rig, right?
Yeah, let me jump on here. I'm gonna go main. I'm gonna go full screen. So Brian gets a break. All right, so this is not the Power Finesse hook. This is a regular Ned rig. It's just like one of these. This is one of my deformed baits. So I'm gonna use this one because I don't mind messing it up. This is good probably for like 100 fish right here. This one, so it's brand new. I start it as normally would. And I go, so it's got a seam, goes down both sides. It's hard to see, I guess. Anyway, it's got a seam. It looks like the two pieces are stuck together. I pick a side, and I have the seams going on either side, and I put the hook down the middle, and then I bring it up so that's in between both seams. Oh, that's not between both seams. Now it's between both seams. Then I get it on the little hook keeper. And that's it. That's probably good for like a ton of fish right there. And then what will happen with these little Ned rigs is it'll get a tear where the hook bends right there. And you'll start to miss bites because the fish are able to stretch it more. So what you do is you take it off the hook keeper, pull the hook back, rotate it, and now you're going to be coming out the bottom of that bait instead of the top. So that's your second position right there. Okay. And you can fish that for another 25, I'd say like 7 to 10 fish right there. And then when that starts missing bites because it gets that tear again right here at the bottom, then you pull it back through, and you pull shit through on the actual seam on the side of the bait. So that's your fourth position right there. Right? And then again, you'll get that tear, and then you're going to rotate it back in and then back out the other seam. So you're basically getting four positions on this Ned rig, on this little 1 TRD. Okay? If you want to get super like picky and it's not too badly torn, you can do that's quarter turns. You can do an eighth of a turn instead of a quarter. But it's hard to keep track where you were. So maybe just do like the fifth one where it's like in between the two holes and you go back. You could do it one more time or 4 more times if you can find a spot that's not torn. And then when you're done with that, when the bait is like just completely tore up on that side, you take it off and you flip it over and you start over again from the top. Come out the bottom. And once again, you can go through 4 more positions. So this bait could last you for an easy 100 fish if you don't lose it. Just on the one little Ned rig and the one plastic. So yeah, basically if you do 4 positions on each side at 7 fish each, what is that? I can't do math right now. 4. No, you do 8.
28?
No, you do 8 positions on each side. So about 50 fish. But yeah, that's how I do these, and that's how I make them last. Once what you really have to look out for is that tear that forms under the hook bend. Once you have that tear, you have to reposition it or replace it. Otherwise, just keep fishing it and put sauce on it. Sauce. Okay.
That has got to be the most durable soft bait there is. If you can catch 50 spotties on one of those, I think I'm gonna have to try that.
I did my 100 spotties on
this weekend. This weekend, I'm gonna throw out the Ned rig.
Yeah.
All day.
All day, you said?
Just kidding. I'll try it. Yeah, I haven't tried it much, so yeah, I'm gonna have to try that thing. 50 fish? That's like the economy bait, man.
Dude, it is.
I would say I get, if I'm lucky, 4. On a Kitech, you're lucky if you get 1 fish on every 3, because it seems like they get bit off a lot.
You want to see
and then on a regular swim bait, I probably could get 4, maybe 5 fish if I'm really lucky out of 1 swim bait.
Do you want to see the mega economy saver right here? The mega economy savings one? I'll show you. Let me bring this up. Take it out of the ring binder. There we go. Okay. Here's a mega economy hack. Okay. This is a mega economy hack right here. You get these big. They're like Senko size, right?
Yeah.
So 5 inches. And these are on discount because if people that fish these, they just buy Senkos. They don't buy these lures. But they're the same color palette as the TRDs. They retail for, I don't know, like $7 or something. Oh, and then these were on special for $2.97, right? From the discount pile. $2.97. You take these and you cut them in half.
Dang.
And
so you got
12.
So how many's in there? 6?
6, yeah. So you get 12.
So you got 12?
And then
so
you take,
if my math is right, that's 600 fish.
At least.
That's your whole summer.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, right? And then because you could take each one and again, position it like 8 times on each end, right? So, anyway, that's the mega
This is
discount one.
this is about 1 month for me. This old bag right here.
Oh wow!
So this is this is not the mega discount. This is if I switch to Ned rigs, I'll probably save enough money to like get a new car. The amount I spent on swim baits.
Yeah, it's such a good
I
discount.
think MC is gonna be upset though.
Yeah, they are.
Sales are gonna plummet.
Yeah, they would. They would be.
That's awesome. I had no idea you could catch that many on one of those. That's cool.
Yeah, the swim baits are pretty durable, but you can't position them as much. You know, you could do the thing where you cut off the front and make it a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I like the CRD, that style. It's
that special rubber blend.
yeah, it just lasts forever. Okay, let me see some stuff. Let me see what the chat says. Kite techs are wonderful and work great, but they get destroyed. Yep. Kite techs
they're
smell.
tough for spotties.
Yep. Roman, have you tried the Rattling Ned from Guggen? I have not. Roman
What?
Roman bought the baits 5 years ago. Exactly. Did it have the date on there? I'm sure they're about that old, maybe a year old. I have that whole binder. You guys know the search for animal fin on Instagram, Wade. He hooked me up with that Z-Man binder, and I haven't made my way through it. So many things in there, just
Wow.
like yeah. So still going. That's funny. That's funny. Never fished Mission Bay. Eric says never fished Mission Bay before from a vessel. What?
Wow, really?
What area should I try for spotties on Saturday? Ooh. Why are you fishing Mission Bay on Saturday?
Eric, we like to refer to it as Mission Lake.
Mission Lake, yeah.
Because it's like fishing a big lake.
Yeah, try
It's all
fishing.
5 mile an hour zone.
Yeah, try fishing on structure. Try fishing the docks. That's where I've had the most luck
Yeah.
these past couple of days. I wouldn't go for the open.
Yeah,
areas.
Eric, it's unfortunately you're probably going to get a bad taste for Mission Bay being this your first time out there because it's going to be slower than it was a month ago.
Yep.
A month ago it was tearing them up. But Mission Bay holds big spotties. But like Roman said, stick to your structures, and I would suggest slowing fishing down to finesse fishing.
Yep.
Slowing it down.
Very cool. Cool. All right, guys. Any other questions you guys might have, pop it in the chats. Otherwise, we're gonna start getting ready to wrap this show up. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Brian,
Wait a second.
Oh, sorry,
Got my big moment here, man.
Oh,
this is
go,
my
let's go.
favorite thing to do.
Right,
This is my movie review.
You ready? Here we go. I'm gonna go full screen.
Hold on, let me. I gotta.
Okay.
Get ready here.
Let me go full screen while you get that set up. I'll play some spooky music.
There you go. It's Halloween, man.
You ready? There we go.
I'm ready. I'm born ready. I already recommended. Hey guys, this is a set part. I love to do it because I love 80s and 90s movies. So I recommend a movie every week. Why not, right, Roman?
Let's do
This
it.
is a variety show.
Yep.
Right? Let's do it. So I already told you guys for Halloween, put this in the background. Even if you're not watching it, just so you can hear the music, glance over, check it out for 5 minutes. I know it's hard to make it all the way through that movie. Nightmare Before Christmas. That's probably my favorite Halloween movie. Okay, so I usually always give you a comedy and a science fiction movie, so that's what I'm going to do here.
Well,
this is a movie starring John Candy and Steve Martin. And this movie cracks me up. I don't know if you've seen this, Roman. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that one. Nope.
If you haven't seen this, guys, it's a hilarious movie. It's one of those easy-to-watch movies where you just sit down and it's easy to watch. It's like an hour and a half long, and it's super funny. Planes, Trains, Automobiles. I loved John Candy when I was a kid. I don't know. He was always like a really good, like a TV dad, I guess you'd call him, or movie dad. He's always cracked me up. So John Candy, that guy's awesome.
So funny.
This is a movie I'm going to be shocked if anybody has seen. It's a science, I guess you'd call this fantasy, maybe not science fiction, but it's from the 80s. I think it's 1988. I'd be shocked if anybody's seen this. The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. yeah. Have you seen Time Bandits?
No, I
It's
haven't.
similar to that. Oh my gosh, Roman, would you go get in the corner? Time Bandits, you have to see that. Adventures of Baron Munchausen. It's a cool movie. It's like a fantasy movie. It kind of reminds me of Time Bandits. So if you like Time Bandits, get out there and see this one. I think it's worth it. I don't know. It's going to be hard to find this one. You might have to search the web or go on eBay to find that one. But
All right.
those are my two movie. Those are
Perfect.
my two movie suggestions for this week.
I like it. Want to see my movie suggestion for the week? There goes, guys. You ready? Here we go. Best movie
Let's hear it.
ever. Bloodsport. 5 out of 5 max. Just saying.
Oh,
Yeah, you forgot to
I
rate your
forgot to
movies.
rate my movie.
Hey, I'm gonna go back to you.
I did. Okay, so no, that's all right. I could do. So Baron Munchausen, I'm giving it a 3 out of 5.
Ooh.
Planes, Trains, 3 out of 5. And I only like this for the Halloween part of it. Also a 3 out of 5. So
Very
all
cool.
3.
Very cool. Okay, so let me get back on here with you. Split screen. Okay, cool. So guys, before you go, I want to send you guys over to watch the latest video that we put out. It's the 3rd installment of our hoop netting series. Let's see. Let me go on there and look where it's at. Dun, dun, dun. Netting. Where is it? Where is it? Oh yeah, it's in the link. Okay, so I'm gonna put a link here in the chat for you guys. Hoop 3. Oh yeah, I gotta watch Borat. I'm gonna watch Borat tonight too after this show. Okay, so
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
the Nightbot just put a link that says Hoop Netting 101 Part 3. There's a link, guys. Click on that link. Have it queued up. After the show, I want you guys to watch that, please. Do me a favor, leave a comment. Hit that like button on that video. And watch the whole thing if you can. I appreciate that. And then, Brian, anything else you want to say before we sign off?
Of course I do. Thank you, Roman. Thanks, guys. I love Halloween. It's one of my favorite holidays. It seems like it's so easy. It's not the rush of Christmas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I love Halloween. That was a lot of fun. Thanks, guys, for watching it. Okay, I'm going to get out there and snag some grass and catch some bass. So see you guys next week.
Woo.
See you, Rowan.
See ya. Thanks, Brian. All right, guys. Here we go. Oh, wrong one, but I'm back. There it is. All right, thanks for hanging out, guys. Again, we're here Mondays on this channel, Fishy Hour, for fish reports that quickly evolves into Q&A. So if you have any questions ever about fishing, lobster, hoop netting, free diving, video recording, YouTubing, Twitching, twerking. I was kidding. come on onto the show and ask us questions. Also on Wednesdays, we focus primarily on bait fishing, so you're always welcome to come back and ask questions then. It's probably the best thing to do is to try your fishing techniques and come up with issues that you experience while you're fishing, because that really narrows it down, and we can answer specifically your questions to address the problems that you're having with whatever fishing techniques. Okay. On Tuesdays, I'm on Twitch. I live stream from my kayak and I show you guys how I fish, whether I'm hoop netting or bait fishing or even La Jolla fishing. That's at romancastro.com/Twitch, as you can see right there on the link. And sometimes I'll live stream our get-togethers, like on Saturday. I will be live streaming it on Friday and Saturday, so make sure you go over there, hit me up on Twitch and click follow. A follow is free on Twitch, so come and hang out with us there. Also, let's see, if you haven't shared Fishy Hour with a friend, please do me a favor and do that. Send them to fishyhour.com, and that'll show them where we're broadcasting on that specific day whenever they happen to show up. Okay, we're on Instagram at Fishy Hour. Brian's on Instagram at Brian Likes to Fish. I'm on Instagram at Roman Castro, and message me through that if you need to get a hold of me. And also, if you want to become part of the Mad Max Fishing Club community, go join us on Discord. The link is going to be put into the chat by the Nightbot as soon as I type in Discord. There it is. It's a invite only group, and it's basically a group of guys. Most of you guys are in it, but if you're here and you don't know about it, come join us. That's how we communicate on the water, on our outings. That's how we organize our outings. That's how we share our catches. That's how we run our tournaments. So if you want to be in, that's where you got to be in. Okay. Discord. So it's romancastro.com/MMFC to get the invite. All right. So cue it up. Go watch Hoop Netting Part 3 and let me know what you think in the comments of that video. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed our first holiday edition. I'll see you guys next time. See you guys maybe on Friday on Twitch. All right. Good night. Bye. I have to wait for that. There it goes. All right. Oops. All right, cool. End.